Hello guys and welcome back. My name is Paul and this is my sports channel. And today guys we will be talking finally about the NHL Central Division. So about the standings and current, how the teams basically are doing right now, the basic stats, the best players, etc, etc. So guys, I have already done on this channel a look at the standings in the North Division and also in the East Division. So if you want to check those videos out, definitely feel free to do it. And also tomorrow is Saturday and I have on my channels a series called Saturday Hockey. So basically every Saturday I choose one team from the National Hockey League and I am talking about this team in depth. Some stats, best players, current form, etc, etc. So today also another episode of Saturday Hockey will be out, so definitely make sure to check that out. And please guys, subscribe if you have not already. This is kind of a small channel, but I'm trying to really build that audience. It would really mean a lot to me guys if you would subscribe, and it really helps the channel grow. So thank you very much guys for that. And I will just say guys, a little bit of a spoiler, that tomorrow in the Saturday Hockey I will be talking about one team from the Central Division. I will say just that, so you have basically 8 teams I can talk about. And I will say another thing, I will be talking about a team that is in this upper part of the board. So right now you have only 4 teams possible. So guys, one of these 4 teams, I will be talking about one of them tomorrow. So make sure to also check my channel out tomorrow to see that video on Saturday Hockey. So guys, right now let's jump right into this video. So first team, let's start from the top, right? So the first team is currently Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina Hurricanes, very interesting young team. They were playing really well also in the last season, the season before, and this season they are currently first in the Central Division. 39 points out of 26 games played. Very good statistics for Carolina. 19 wins, only 6 losses, and 1 overtime loss. So this basically indicates that when Carolina is going to overtime, they are usually able to win those games in OT. For example, Martin Necas scored a game winner in overtime. Before that, he scored a shootout winner. So really, Carolina is very good at playing overtimes or possibly shootout. They have lost so far only 1 overtime game, right? Or 1 shootout game, however you want to call it. So what about this number, right? You may ask, what's this? Well, this is point percentage. And point percentage is very important, especially this season, guys, because the fact is that we do not know if every single team will play the full 56 game schedule. I believe this is because every team is playing against every opponent from their division 8 times, right? So you have 7 teams here, 8 times, 7 times 8, that's 56 if I'm counting correctly. So yeah, that means that Carolina is currently picking up every 75% of points available. So basically 3 points out of 4 Carolina is getting right now, which is very good. But as I have said earlier, if the season will not be played till the very end by every single team, it is very, very likely that the NHL would say, okay, we would go by point percentage. And then point percentage would be very important as it was last year, okay? Last year also, Montreal got in, point percentage was very important there as well. So you should be guys also looking at these numbers. And Carolina, actually if we were looking only at the point percentage, Carolina would be second, because as you can see, Tampa Bay Lightning 76% of point percentage. That's 1% more than Carolina, but right now we are talking about points and Carolina is first. Goal differential for Carolina of +26, so really good goal differential. Power play of Carolina, absolutely great, 32.2%. I do believe that this is the best power play in the league. So Carolina doing very, very great on power play. They are a very good power play team, very, very dangerous as well. Penalty kill, pretty good as well, 82.4%. I do believe that this is the 10th best penalty kill in the league. So they are also doing great in penalty kills. So overall, great season so far for the Carolina Hurricanes. And kudos to them, kudos to the coach Rod Brind'Amour, who really, he has been able to make out of Carolina a very, very strong team and definitely a contender even this season. Second team, Probably without any big surprise, Tampa Bay Lightning, the last year Stanley Cup champions. Tampa Bay currently 38 points for them, 25 games played, 18 wins, 5 losses, 2 OT losses. So very good season also for Tampa Bay. Already I have mentioned that they have 76% of point percentage and they have a goal differential of plus 34, so that's even better than Carolina. Really, Tampa has been playing very well even this season. Of course, yesterday they lost against Detroit Red Wings, which was unexpected, 4-6, but other than that, they are doing very fine. Power play for Tampa Bay also very strong. Actually, these 4 teams have very strong power play in Central Division. These last 4 not that much. Power play 28.1%, very strong as I have said. Penalty kill 87.5. That's also one of the best penalty kill in the league. I do believe this is like the second best or third best in the league. So a very good penalty kill for Tampa Bay Lightning as well. Another team from Florida. I personally did not expect Panthers to perform that well, but they have been really great this season. 38 points for Florida, currently tied with Tampa Bay Lightning. Who would expect that, right? You have 2 teams from Florida fighting not only for the first place in Central, but also for the first place in the whole league. So really, Panthers under Joel Quenneville, they have been able to make a great progress, especially without Dadono, or how you call it, right? You call him right now, and Mike Hoffman, I do believe, is also gone. So without these guys, like, I was a little bit skeptical how they would play, but we'll later mention Jonathan Huberdeau. Like, this player also is doing pretty well right now, and Barco, of course, as well. So Florida, in general, very good play by them, but I have already done, last week, I have done a Saturday hockey series on Florida Panthers, so I discussed some things about Florida, and the one thing which I am a little bit concerned is Sergei Bobrovsky. Sergei Bobrovsky is getting paid 10 millions per year. He will get paid $70 million before his contract is over. 10 millions for 7 years, and he's not performing well. I do believe he has still save percentage below 90%, and that's just very bad. So Sergei Bobrovsky, he has to improve for Florida. That's just a must. But we all know that he can really raise his level high during the playoffs, especially. So that might be a good thing for Florida if he will perform well in the playoffs. That's what basically matters the most for the Panthers right now, as they have pretty much secured their place in playoffs already. So, 17 wins for Florida, 5 losses, 4 overtime losses. That's a point percentage of 73%, very great for Florida. A goal differential of plus 13, also in positive numbers, which is also very good. Power play 26.2%, pretty solid, you know, not as good as Carolina or Tampa Bay Lightning or Chicago, but over 26%, that's a pretty good power play. Penalty kill, however, well, it's 77.6%, so, like, it isn't bad, right? Compared just to Carolina and Tampa Bay, it's a little bit worse, but in, like, you know, when you compare it to the whole of the league, it's above average, so yeah, pretty good. Also penalty kill, pretty okay for Florida, so no problem there as well. 4th team currently, the last team above this so-called playoff line, is currently Chicago or our Chicago Blackhawks. So currently 33 points for the Blackhawks, 28 games played, 14 wins, 9 losses, 5 overtime losses. That's a point percentage of 59% for the Blackhawks, goal differential of -1. This is the first team with actually negative goal differential, and as you can see, Dallas here on the 7th spot with a positive goal differential, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is, right? Power play for Chicago, pretty darn solid, pretty darn good. Over 30%, that's just amazing power play percentage for the Blackhawks. And they are doing amazing job with Dominic Kubalik, with DeBrincat, with Patrick Kane. They are doing very well on power play. They have like the 3rd or 2nd best power play in the league. So really, Carolina Hurricanes, Chicago Blackhawks, top power play teams in the league. And even with Tampa Bay Lightning, really, Central Division is very strong in power plays. Penalty kill for the Blackhawks, not that good, not that good. They could improve on the penalty kill, that's just a fact. Almost 74% penalty kill for the Blackhawks. Okay, so that's for the first 4 teams. This is, as I have said earlier, the so-called playoff line. So below this line, the teams will not make it to the playoffs currently. And honestly, when you look at it, Columbus currently 26 points, 7-point gap to Chicago. Yeah, probably Columbus is not making it into the playoffs this season. I would think the 7-point gap just seems too much for them. However, we must talk about Dallas Stars. Dallas Stars currently they have, however, a 12-point gap to Chicago, so they are not in a good shape. But as you can see, they have only 22 games played because of the COVID issues they had at the beginning of the season. So they still have to play a lot more games than these other teams, right? They have still played 6 games less than Chicago. So potentially, if they win all of those 6 games, which they obviously won't, but if they would have won those 6 games that they have in hand compared to Chicago, they would actually be leveled on points with Chicago. So you have to also pay attention to the point percentages, and as I have said, they have currently 48% save percentage, so they would be the first team below the playoff line. But let's go back to Columbus. Columbus 26 points, 28 games played, 10 wins, 12 losses, 6 overtime or shootout losses. 46% point percentage for the Blue Jackets, goal differential of -19, so not that good. Power play pretty bad for Columbus, only 16.2%, so they have to improve that. And also penalty kill pretty bad for them as well, only 72.5%, so they should also improve this statistics. So special teams have been a problem for the Blue Jackets this season, and yeah, we'll see if Columbus could make some push up those spots, but I just don't see Columbus going into the playoffs. Okay, let's go to Nashville Predators. Predators currently at a 6th spot with 23 points. They have 10 points less than Chicago Blackhawks. Again, my personal opinion, Nashville Predators are not going to make it to the Stanley Cup playoffs this season. 27 games played for the Predators, 11 wins, 15 losses, 1 OT loss for the Preds. That's a point percentage of 43, a goal differential of -26. This is pretty bad, but Detroit, as you can see, of course, even worse, a goal differential. Power play for Nashville Predators, almost 90%, 19, not 90. 90%, that would be pretty good, right? But 19%, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Almost 19%. So, look at it. It's better than Detroit. It's better than Columbus, but it's just not good enough. Penalty kill, 67.7%. This is pretty bad. Pretty bad for Nashville. And yeah, this is one of the worst penalty kill in the league. So they have definitely to improve that if they want to climb up that ladder. Or basically catch Columbus at least. So yeah, that's for Nashville. They have to improve their power play, they have to improve penalty kill, have to improve pretty much every aspect of their game. 43% point percentage. Again, not as bad as Detroit, but it's pretty bad. Okay, Dallas Stars, currently the 7th best team in the Central Division, but as I have said earlier, you have to take into consideration that they have played so far only 22 games, so they have 6 games in hand, compared to Columbus, they have 6 games in hand they have 5 games in hand on Nashville Predators, so it's very realistic that they would actually jump before Predators and before Blue Jackets when they will have played the same amount of games. Okay, so for Dallas Stars, so far this season, only 22 games played, only 8 wins, 9 losses, 5 OT losses. So Dallas is another team that is not able to win those games in the overtime or in the shootout. Dallas has 5 OT losses, Chicago also with 5, and Blue Jackets with 6. So these are the 3 teams from the Central that probably are not that good in overtime or at shootout. 48% point percentage for the Dallas Stars. That's a goal differential of positive +5, which is very interesting. So Dallas actually has a positive goal differential. And this also has to do with a lot of games going into the overtime as well. So just to mention. Power play for the Stars, pretty good. Pretty good, 24.4%. That's like not the best in the league, as you can see those teams up. But it's pretty good. It's still a lot better than Nashville, than Columbus, a lot better than Detroit, definitely. Penalty kill, however, not that great, 77.8%, but still, it's the best out of these teams. So, objectively, Dallas should be pretty much the best team out of these four in the below the playoff line. But we'll see. And Detroit Red Wings. Detroit Red Wings, well, again, a very tough season for the Red Wings. What else to say, right? The fans of the Red Wings have to be disappointed once again. Really, with Ottawa, you see some kind of a hope that they are getting better. They have Tim Stützle, they have Drake Batterson, they have Josh Norris, right? They have a lot of Eric Brandstrom, you have Colin White, Brady Tkachuk. You have a lot of very good, young, talented guys. In the case of Detroit, I just don't see it. Like, I wouldn't... In case of Ottawa, I would say that in 2 years, definitely, they can make playoffs. In 3 years, in 4 years, they can be a real contenders. When we are talking about Detroit, however, I just don't see it. So that's for me the problem personally. But I do believe they drafted Lucas Raymond this last draft, so he could be very, very good for them, the Swedish winger. And also they did draft Moritz Seider, who is still not playing for the first team, so we'll see, right? But yeah, Detroit, another very rough season for Detroit Red Wings. 20 points only, 28 games played already, only 8 wins, 16 losses, 4 overtime losses. That's a point percentage of only 36%. But hey, they are still better than Buffalo, right? So at least you are better than the Sabres. That has to feel good, right? And the goal differential is minus 32. So pretty rough as well. Power play, very bad. 11%. That's the second worst power play in the league. Detroit, they have to be very thankful that Minnesota, my favorite team, still exists, because Minnesota currently power play about 7%, So yeah, when I look at it, my favorite team, Wild, power play 7%. Yeah, it's what else to say, right? 7%, Detroit 11%. So at least, guys, you are better than Minnesota in power play. At least penalty kill 70%. That's pretty bad as well. So yeah, Detroit, just very bad numbers down here. They just have to improve in every aspect. But it was not expected from Detroit to make those playoff spots. And I think we pretty much all, before the season started, agreed that Detroit would finish last, dead last in this division. So far, it is going as we expected. Okay, best players. Best players currently. First, the best player in this division, Patrick Kane. 28 games played, 11 goals, 29 assists. That's 40 points in 28 games played. He is really, really strongly pushing for that Hart trophy. He is, really. And currently, probably he's my favorite. But we still have Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, these two guys from the North Division from Edmonton that are currently leading the league statistics. But Patrick Kane, this season it has really been a great year. Overall, a great year for the American, probably the greatest American player ever to play in the National Hockey League by the end of his career, I would imagine. So Patrick Kane, this season, kudos to him. He has been amazing. So Patrick Kane, clearly, it's not even close. Patrick Kane is the best player of this division and arguably the best player in the league, even though you still have, as I have mentioned, those two guys from Edmonton. Okay, second best player from this division, according to points, Jonathan Huberdeau, Hoopy-Dooby-Doo, as one of the commentators, I think, one of the speakers like to say. 26 games played for Huberdeau, 10 goals, 22 assists, that's in total 32 points. That's pretty as well, very solid for Huberdeau, very good numbers. I think Huberdeau is one of the most underrated players in the NHL, also Mark Stone, but Huberdeau is also there. Along Mark Stone, for me personally, those two are the most underrated players in the NHL, so very good season for Huberdeau as well. And best goalie, well, it's Peter Mrazek. Peter Mrazek currently leading the league with 0.99 goals against average, so he is averaging below 1 goals against per game, which is great, and he has a save percentage of 95.5%, which is great as well. But there is very big one but. Well, 4 games played. That's the issue. That's the issue that Mrazek has played so far, only 4 games. So, he's the best. He has been doing very well in those 4 games, but it's still just 4 games, so we probably have to wait a little bit longer. But definitely Carolina, also thanks to him, but thanks to other goaltender from the Canes, they have been able to actually claim that first spot. But Tampa Bay Lightning currently with a better point percentage, so you still have to also keep your eyes on this number. So yeah, that's it for the Central Division, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely subscribe, guys. Please do not forget to subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me, guys. And yeah, thank you very much if you managed to watch this video till the very end. And this is the look at the standings at the NHL Central Division. As I have said at the beginning of this video, I have already done videos on the Eastern and Northern Division. So the next is, you got it guys, the Western Division. I'm planning to release a video about the Western Division probably next week, so also be looking for that. Yeah, and that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world or on the world. I don't know what's the correct word order. You can tell me down in the comment section below. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay safe in these very tough and challenging times, and I will see you guys probably quite soon. So bye, guys.